Hi, welcome to Miniezhhops How to Sculpt videos with myself, Elizabeth, and today we're going to be learning how to make a little barrel cactus. It's a great gift for your plant-loving friends, and I'd love to see the photos of what you guys make. That's my favorite part of these videos, so if you send a photo, I can feature them at the end of one of my upcoming videos. Let's get to it.
You'll need some clay, of course, a color for the pot, a color for your barrel cactus, a color for the dirt or sand, and some white. You'll also need a potter's needle. If you don't have one of those, a toothpick will work. I also use this little special silicone dowel tool, which you can use a different type or a pen tip if you don't have that, or you can use a toothpick for those as well. It's helpful to have an x-acto knife, and this is a little bald end tool. There's two of them, two different sizes. These aren't necessary, but they make it a lot easier if you're going to make a few of these. Optional is your favorite plant friend to accompany you while you sculpt. This is Norm. Take the color for your pot and warm it up first. Then we're going to take it and roll it into a ball between our palms, rolling it in even motions until we get to a nice smooth circle shape, and then we are going to take it between our fingers and roll it side to side. And once we have that, we're going to tap top and bottom and then roll around while tapping. And once you have that, you can set it on your work surface. Give it another good tap, and then you will take this bald end, indent it, and pull around the sides of that bald end tool. So it's like this. Take that bald end tool out, give it another little twist on the tabletop to make sure it stays flat, and then you're going to take your sand or your dirt color, warm it up, and take about as much as you think will fit in that indent, which should be about maybe an eighth of the pot size or a 16th, something like that. And then once you have that warmed up, you're going to roll it into a ball again. Once you have a nice little ball, press it between your fingers and then test the size to see if you like it. If it sticks out, you can take it out, take a little bit of clay off, re-roll it, press it again, and then set it in there. If it's too little, you can also add more. Optional is to redo that little indent with your bald end tool. You can also just use your finger for this, which I did for quite some time. Okay, now that you have that, take your silicone dowel tool. You can also use your pen tip and make an indent in the center of your sand or dirt. Then take this little bald end or your toothpick. It will work just as well, and tap. Just make a bunch of little tiny taps. This is just giving texture. And I stay away from the edges at first, where the pot color and the sand color meet, because I don't want to smear them together. I want it to look like the sand is contained. Then I go carefully around the edges. Alright, once you have that dirt or sand ready, you might notice you have a bunch of little pieces of dirt, real dirt, on your pot. You can just take your potter's needle and just flick them off and smooth that line back over with your finger. Okay, once you have your little pot the way you'd like it, take your green or whatever color you're doing a barrel cactus, and you'll want about 2/3 as much as you took for the pot. Warm it up, of course, and then you're going to roll it again. So say you're rolling the ball and you just have a line that you can't get rid of. Just smooth it over with your fingers and then roll it again. So once you have a nice little ball, you're going to take your fingers into kind of a triangle shape, and you're going to roll back and forth on the edge of that circle until it's kind of a teardrop shape. Also, you can roll on your tabletop, but you see it's got kind of an edge here, so you can smooth that down so it's nice and smooth around all those edges. And then you can test it next to your pot, see if that's a good size. If you like it, you can do an additional step of adding a tiny piece of a toothpick, slightly pressing it into there, and then twisting your cactus on top of it, just for a little bit of extra security. Now here's where I use this tool. You can also use your pen tip or your potter's needle or a different silicone dowel tool, but this gets the result I really like. And you're going to just press, and then you're going to hold this steady and roll your cactus around it. So it'll give you an indent kind of like that. And then I like to do the top as well. So both sides meeting up those lines together. And then I like to go all the way around, pressing and rolling, and you can have them meet together if you like, pressing and rolling. And how far apart they are is all up to you. It depends. You can make them super close together, or you can make them much further apart. Take a little bit of your white clay, about this much in comparison to your cactus, roll it into a tiny little ball, teeny tiny, and then set it on a ridge of your cactus. See if it's the size you'd like it, and then press it down. it'll be very repetitive and you'll just need to go all the way around your cactus. So you just keep going around and around. Another trick I like to use for making these little white circles is rolling out thin little snake. Just rolling it very thin, taking the knife and cutting a size off, rolling that into a ball, seeing if it's the right size, and then cutting several more to that same size, and then those I roll into balls. That expedites the process slightly. It takes a while, so have patience, but it's also really fun and relaxing. And it's really fun to make these for gifts for people or just for yourself. So, okay, once you've put all the dots or all the little marks around, you can take a little bit of clay as your pot color, roll it into a ball, roll it out into a snake, and then flatten it to make the classic little terracotta pot. Wrapping it all the way around and then just cutting it at the other edge. And you can smooth those edges together with your fingers, or your little silicone dowel tools can be very helpful for this. Kind of tapping around to make it even and how you would like it. You can also add a little tray below your succulent by rolling out a little ball of the same or different color as your pot and then just flattening it. And then you can add it at the bottom, or you can make it even tinier and have it as like the base of your pot. There's so many variations that you can do. I'd love to see what you guys make and are inspired to do by this video. Please feel free to share photos. They're my favorite part of these how-to videos. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Have a great day. Bye.